The Speaker is overthrown, new reports come in regarding Clement's plans for an underground casino, and the Patriot Party welcomes a new member. It's all here on today's edition of the COTH Report.
Welcome to the COTH Report. I'm Felicity Hornblower.
And I'm Beatrix Boffin.
Assemblymember Lasky called a press conference earlier yesterday morning to garner support for AB 395, which calls for the abolition of the death penalty.
America was not built on aspirations of vengeance and death. America was built upon the great dream of liberty and justice for all. Liberty and justice, even for those who have taken another's life.
The bill has the backing of many assemblymen, especially Lasky's fellow Patriot Party members.
We should all love each other and do what's good for each other, so killing people just seems wrong,
I believe that it is unconstitutional for the government to have the right to take a citizen's life. That is why there are life sentences.
However, some assembly members expressed their opposition, stating that the death penalty was a core aspect of America's justice system. So you don't believe it should be abolished?
No. It's one of many important things that we need to establish order.
More info is rolling in about Assemblyman Clement's secret plans to start a gambling hall for City on the Hill legislatures. On Thursday, Assemblyman C. Hinrichs confirmed that there are in fact plans for a casino and that Clement himself is stated to be in charge.
It would not be kind of one of these nasty casinos you see. It would be an actual fair casino for a change, and Ian would be head of it because he knows how to run it. He's a nice little Nevada boy.
Early yesterday, Clement seemed to insinuate that the reason he allegedly changed his mind about the plan was due to backlash from the governor and the parliamentarian.
So they would just kill me for that.
When asked directly if construction was underway, Clement denied any reports of breaking ground. Are you considering building a casino at all?
Not in the next 3 days, no.
These plans raise a number of concerns, perhaps the greatest of which is the fact that none of the legislatures in City on the Hill Assembly are of legal age to frequent said casino. But most Assembly members seem unconcerned about this.
Do you think it's problematic that he is building a casino at a place where there's so many underage minors?
Well, it's a hard question. Of course, but, we're pretty... those minors are very mature.
Casinos are fun. I think we should have one. Yeah.
I think that as minors we should have every right to have our fun in the games.
Even members of the Constitutionalist Party suggest they would support such an idea, given the right amount of leverage.
So do you think in the future you may support?
Given good benefits, yes.
Some Assembly members seem to hint that this casino was more than just a money-hungry politician's way of making a little extra cash. Assemblywoman Radow from Reno, Nevada, seemed to hint that the underground gambling hall was a way of teaching minors to game responsibly.
Perhaps he is trying to educate the youth that maybe gaming isn't bad. Maybe gaming is something that you have to learn how to do properly.
Some speculate that Clement may be in the process of drafting legislation to challenge current age restrictions, as there were whispers of a mysterious casino bill being discussed earlier this week.
However, Clement's plans may be delayed after the events of yesterday afternoon. During an emergency caucus, Patriot Party members turned on Speaker Clement, attacking him for his misuse of party funds as well as his apparent lack of decision-making.
I'm the one that said it. I'm the one that'll make the grievances. This is what I didn't like. I didn't like that the executive board decided to make decisions without talking to the rest of the group. I didn't like the fact that you're not making any assertive decisions in this group.
The House signed the sheet that was transferring the funds.
Okay, but so did you. That means it's
Yeah.
Okay, I was the one that made it. Forget about
He
it.
cannot use that as a grievance, and he contributed to that grievance.
Just as the Assembly was about to break into committee hearings, a motion was carried to overthrow the Speaker. An election soon followed, with Assemblywoman Meredith Shoemate representing the Patriot Party and Assemblyman Leo Celerole representing the Constitutionalists. Due to conflicting interests within the Patriot Party, Assemblyman Celerole was voted in as the new Speaker of the Assembly.
Amidst the chaos of the day, Assemblyman and former chair of the Constitutionalist Party Executive Board, C. Hinrichs, defected from his party. In a statement presented to the Rules Committee, he explained his reasons for the switch, stating that his fellow constitutionalists called him a serpent and stated that they did not want him in their party.
This party jumping comes as no surprise after what Hinrichs said when we asked him about his former party leader yesterday.
Honestly, all I have to say is John is a sussy boy.
The Patriots immediately embraced Hinrichs as one of their own, not only accepting him as a party member, but immediately taking him on as a member of the executive board, following the censoring of Assemblymember Palaio.
In more pressing news, confusion arose yesterday afternoon as members of the Assembly broke into spontaneous outbursts of patty cake. At first, the origin of this juvenile trend was unknown, but upon further investigation, it seems to have been started by former Speaker Clement. Whether this was created as some code or sign of a secret organization is unclear.
A political commentator, Oliver Garrett, seems to believe that this habit contributed to Clement's loss of the speakership.
I think if the speaker had spent less time playing patty cake with his buddies, I think he might still hold the leadership position.
However, Clement had his own opinion as to the reason for his fall from grace.
Ian Clement, what is your statement on being ousted as speaker?
I might have been the Icarus who flew too close to the sun, but a couple members of the Patriot Party who I hear might be censured soon, they gave me wax wings and they told me to fly. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the COTH Report,
your unbiased news source.